how'd I look, Mickey? Pretty snazzy, huh?
Yes, sir. Are you attending a costume party, Colonel?
Costume party? Why, Mickey, I'm off to Africa on a big game hunt, leaving early tomorrow morning. Did you tell my brother I wanted to see him?
Yes, sir. He'll be in just as soon as he takes his afternoon pills.
His pills, yeah. Ho, ho. Red ones, blue ones, yellow ones, green ones.
Your brother's not a well man, sir.
Oh, Pipple, he's 2 years younger than I am. Mickey, I can see myself at the foot of Mount Kilimanjaro, face to face with a charging rhino. I raise my rifle. Don't be scared, it ain't loaded. You shouldn't do that, Brother Jack. You know I don't like guns, and I have a weak heart. Yeah, and a weak stomach. Did you send for me just to tell me this? Of course not, J.B. J.B., I want you to take over while I'm gone. You feel strong enough? I can take care of this office just as well as you can. Well, this will give you and your efficiency methods a chance to prove it. When do I start? Right now. Well, just one thing. I don't want you bothering the Birkenwall Circus about that money they owe us. Now, remember that. Well, Umbagawa Nugabo. That's goodbye in Singhalese. So he doesn't want me bothering the circus, huh? Make her find out where that circus is playing.
But, J.B.
Don't argue. Do as I tell you.
It'll be a pleasure, sir.
Indeed it will be.
Come on, Corky, it's your turn. Come on.
What'll I have to do?
Well, you just do what they tell you now.
Okay, now put your feet in my hands. That's the way.
Now sit straight.
Now stand up. Straighten your legs. Straight ahead. Okay, now throw your head back. That's fine.
Hey, that's great. Before you know, you'll be a whole circus to yourself.
It makes you kind of dizzy. I think I see Colonel Jack.
Oh, now you are dizzy. Hey, it is him.
Oh, boy! Hi! Hi, Colonel Jack.
Hi.
Just a moment. I'm not the colonel. I'm his brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. You sure look like him.
Well, you talk just like him, too.
Fortunately, that's where the resemblance to my irresponsible brother ends. Are you the help?
Huh?
Here. Now, where can I find Tim Champion?
Well, come on, I'll show you.
Here's how I've got it figured, Pete. We'll play Ridgeway, Silver Falls, Bensonville, Mendon, and Rockville. Now, that should put us in Central City for the 4th.
That sounds pretty good to me, boss.
Come in.
Colonel Jack! Oh, no!
Oh, welcome home, Colonel Jack.
Boss, this is not Colonel Jack. This is his brother, Mr. Jonathan Bixby.
You mean there's two of them?
Well, I'll be. I'm awfully glad to know you, Mr. Bixby. What can I do for you?
I prefer to talk privately.
Certainly, Pete. Have a chair, Mr. Bixby.
Thank you.
Cigar?
I never touched tobacco in any form. I have no vices. Mr. Champion, I am here to discuss the money you owe the Bixby Enterprises.
Well, I've been sending all I could afford.
Those payments don't even pay for the interest in the debt. Now, we can't run a business that way, Mr. Champion.
But according to Colonel Jack, we've got all the time in the world to...
If we tried to do everything according to my brother, we'd be bankrupt in a year.
Maybe if I just had a little talk with Colonel Jack, we could...
That's impossible. He's in Africa. Besides, the board of directors wants this debt cleared up in the next few weeks.
Have they figured out how I can pay it?
Yes, they have. Now, they think that if this show was run in a business-like, efficient manner...
Mr. Bixby, a circus isn't like any other business.
Poppycock. I'm taking over the circus to put it in a paying basis.
You mean you're taking over?
Either that or I'll sell the show.
I guess that doesn't leave me much choice, does it?
That's how it is.
You may find you've got a tiger by the tail.
I hardly think so, Mr. Champion. Now we'll take a look at your books and if... Have you a glass of water?
Yeah, sure.
A little dyspepsia. Let's look at the books.
Oh, yes, the books.
When I get through with this mask, Jojo's gonna look just like a little me. Why don't you draw a face on one for yourself? There's another one right there.
Well, what kind shall I make?
Oh, draw any kind you want. Only don't copy any other clown. You know, that's one of the basic rules of the circus. The clowns never copy each other's makeup.
Okay.
Huh? And if you don't like it, well, you can rub it off and draw another one, see? Here, Jojo, put it on now. Go on, put it on.
I'd sure like to know what it is.
Well, if you don't know, how do you expect me to know?
No, not that. I'd sure like to know what brought Colonel Jack's brother here.
Oh. Well, curiosity killed a cat.
What'd the cat want to know?
Well, how do I know what the cat wanted to know?
Then how do you know the cat got killed?
Oh, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Oh. Hey, Joey. You got any idea?
That's not Uncle Joey, that's Jojo.
Here I am, Pete. What'd you want?
Joey, you got any idea what that feller Bixby's doing here?
Oh, not in the slightest.
Don't be so curious, Pete. Curiosity killed a cat.
It did? Was it one of ours?
Oh, now, wait a minute. Don't start that again. If Bixby's here for something important, Big Tim will tell us.
That's right, boys, and I'll let you know right now. Mr. Bixby is taking over the circus.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. And I've got good news for you, Pete. He's going to share your wagon.
Wait a minute, Bones.
You wait a minute. Corky, Mr. Bixby's waiting outside. Would you escort him to Pete's wagon?
Sure, Mr. Champion. Come on, Jojo.
Boss, I'm telling you, this ain't gonna work at all. I couldn't stand old Sourpuss for 1 minute.
I know. That's why I'm putting him in with you.
Hey, I'm beginning to see what you mean.
I'm hoping Pete will, too. You see, boys, Mr. Bixby is not a well man. Circus life can be very strenuous, what with the long hours and the rough road trips. And Mr. Bixby needs a lot of rest.
I bet he don't get much. Not the way Pete snores.
I'll see to that.
Good boy, Pete. In that case, I don't think Mr. Bixby is going to be with us very long.
No, sir. I give him about 5 days.
And I'll give him just 3 days.
Does it taste bad?
Of course it tastes bad. That's why it's good for me. Silly question.
Did you ever fight pirates or hunt for gold like the Colonel did?
No, I never did. I was too busy taking care of the business. If it wasn't for me, that brother of mine would be a pauper today. No responsibility. Gallivants all over the country. Why, he thinks his life is nothing but a big picnic.
Yeah, we sure have a lot of fun together.
Fun? Someday, my boy, you'll realize there's something else important besides fun.
What's that?
It's... never mind. I'll tell you some other time. Will you and that bow-legged monkey skedaddle out of here and let me get some rest?
Yes, sir. Come on, Jojo. You sit there, Jojo. Hi, Uncle Joey.
You get Mr. Bixby all settled?
Yeah, he's taking a nap. What's that?
This is a little surprise I picked up for you in town. Now we can have all the ice cream we want.
Oh, boy, an ice cream maker.
Yeah.
Is it ready yet?
No, and it won't be till you take your turn cranking it. Hey, go ahead. What do you think of Mr. Bixby? Is he anything like Colonel Jack?
I should say not. He's grouchy and he doesn't believe in fun. And I don't think he likes me at all.
Well, the important thing is you like him.
Not much yet. How long is he going to stay with us?
Well, if our plan works out the way I think it is, he's not going to be around very long.
What plan?
Now, I told you about being curious. Hey, the ice cream's coming out. How is it?
It tastes good, Uncle Joy.
Yeah. Come on.
Bring me another order of ham and eggs.
Good morning, Pete.
Hi, boss.
Hey, Pete, how's your new roommate?
Old Vinegar Puss had a tough night.
Oh, it's too bad. What was wrong?
Well, I snored all night and you never got a wink's sleep.
How do you know you snored all night?
Because I stayed awake to make sure.
I guess you didn't get much sleep either, huh, Pete?
Well, what difference does it make? If it'll only help get rid of old...
Here he comes.
Well, good morning, Mr. Bixby.
What's good about it?
Why don't you have some ham and eggs? That might help.
Ham and eggs. They ruin my stomach. I'll have some hot water and lemon and a little oatmeal and some skim milk.
How did you sleep, Mr. Bixby?
Sleep? How could I sleep with that bus all going? And that wagon rocking, shaking the daylights out of me?
You know, life in a traveling circus is pretty rough, Mr. Bixby. With your help, maybe you ought to go on back to St. Louis, huh?
Not until I get the show on its feet. When I set out to do something, Mr. Champion, I don't give up easy.
Neither do I, Mr. Bixby.
Mr. Williams, just a minute.
Just call me Pete.
I never get too familiar with the help. Mr. Williams, why didn't you clean your plate? It's still half full of food.
I ate all I could.
Not hungry, huh?
Are you kidding? That's my third one.
It's third. Very interesting.
What do you think of the show, Mr. Bixby?
Don't bother me, Buster. Can't you see I'm busy?
Come in. Oh, hello, Mr. Bixby. Did you sleep well last night?
Oh, maybe a little better. I seem to be getting used to Mr. Williams' nasal gymnastics.
Oh,
Now, here are my recommendations for cutting down expenses.
it's pretty fast work. You've only been here 3 days.
Oh, I pride myself. I don't let the grass grow under my feet. Now, first, there's too much waste in food. I want everything cut in half. Now, that applies to the animals as well as the humans.
That might cause trouble.
I'll handle that when the time comes. Next, we have too much help. Now, several times I've noticed some of the men,
The roustabout, you mean?
whatever you call them, they don't roust about enough. Now, here are the ones I want dismissed.
Mr. Bixby, you don't understand. In case of an emergency, we might need
In
these men.
case of an emergency, they can work a little harder.
Hey, Pete, I'm canceling tonight's performance. Get everything rolling. I want to be in Central City by tomorrow morning.
Okay, boss. All right, men. Let's get these horses hitched to the wagons right away.
Pete, did you tell old JB to help?
Sure I did. We need all the help we can get. But he might catch cold. Yeah, even pneumonia. Hey, Barley, when you get through there, load those poles. Hey, Slim, tie up those guy ropes.
Hi, boss. Hey, sure got wet out last night, huh?
Yeah, we're lucky to be here. Have you seen Pete?
No, I haven't.
Oh, he must be with poor old Mr. Bixby. You know, that old fellow must be in pretty bad shape after that soaking he took last night. I've been thinking, Joey. It's all right to try to discourage the old man, but maybe we shouldn't go too far, huh?
Hi, Court. You ready for breakfast?
Yeah, as soon as I take this over to Mr. Bixby.
What is it?
It's mustard. He sent me over to the cook tent for it. Says he wants to make a hot mustard foot bath.
Uh-oh, I guess the old codger is sick. I'd better go check.
Wait a minute. I'll go with you.
Here's your mustard, Mr. Bixby.
Well, don't just stand there. Put it in the water. dump the whole shebang in. There. Now, put your feet in.
It's too hot.
No, don't be a crybaby. Sure. Now, take this.
I can't even stand to smell that stuff. Get it away from me. Oh! Now I'll die for sure.
Don't tell me it's Pete that's getting sick.
Of course he's sick. What do you expect? Keeping him out in the rain all last night?
Do you think we ought to send for the doctor?
No, he'll be all right in the morning. That is, if you give him a chance to get some rest and quiet. Come on, Corky. Let's get some breakfast, eh?
Sure, Mr. Bixby.
Gesundheit.
Now I've seen everything. This big walrus getting sick.
Well, I couldn't help it. I ain't had no sleep for 2 weeks. Besides, I'm half starved.
Oh, now take it easy, Petey boy.
How much longer are we going to have to put up with old Pillbox and his wild ideas?
That old pillbox and his wild ideas has made us more money in the last 2 weeks than we ever made before in 2 months. Is that bad?
You can't knock that now, Pete.
Well, he's just been lucky so far. I'm warning you. I got a feeling something awful's liable to happen.
Yeah, something awful, like this circus getting out of debt for a change. Hey, put your feet in there.
Ow!
Take the rest.
You sure are a swell doctor, Mr. Bixby.
I ought to be. I've paid him enough for the last 30 years.
You have to take all those pills?
Sure I do. Or do I? You know something, Corky? There's been so much excitement around here for the past few days, I forgot to take them. You know something else, Corky? I don't believe I'll take one now. Sure. Waiter, waiter. Take this oatmeal away, will you? And, bring me some ham and eggs.
You know, sometimes you remind me a lot of Colonel Jack.
And, of course, you don't spoil my appetite.
How's Gambino?
Oh, a few scratches. Nothing serious.
That's good.
Except he's not going on again unless those cats get enough to eat.
That's right, boss. He don't want to be in there with those hungry lions, and you can't blame him.
All right, I'm countermanding JB's orders. From now on, those cats go back on their regular diet.
Well, that's fine. But who do I have to scratch to get enough to eat?
Champion! Mr. Champion! Thimble and Princess just got loose and they've run away.
Pete, get some men. We've got to get those elephants back before there's trouble. Joey, get my horse.
They went that way.
Ollie, get some heavy rope!
I'll get my clothes changed and be along.
Let's go!
What's wrong? What's all the excitement?
Thimble and Princess, they ran away.
There, son. Don't cry. They'll find them.
Get up that way! Get up! Shoot! Get up! Back, Thimble, back! Get those horses off my property!
Don't get excited, mister. We'll take care of it.
Back, Thimble! Back!
Pete, take care of them.
Thimble! I'll sue you for everything you got. Wild elephants destroying a man's property, scaring people to death. Why?
Now, just a minute. I told you I'd take care of it.
You're dog tootin' you will.
Just make out a bill for the damages and bring it over to the circus. Well, Mr. Bixby, it looks like cutting down on the animals' food wasn't such a good idea after all. Paying off that farmer cost us almost as much as we've made in the last few weeks.
Now, don't you worry, Mr. Champion. You know, I get an idea.
Yeah, well, I don't want to hear it.
Hey, boss, there's a big blow coming up. Looks like it might be a cyclone.
You're right, Pete. We better start tying things down. We'll never make it, Pete.
If we had enough then, we would.
Too late now. Get all the gear you can out of the big top.
Watch those side poles. Hurry it up, boys. It won't stay up long.
Pete, get all the cages out.
Everybody out. It's coming down.
Well, that's it, boys. Nothing more we can do now. Well, Mr. Bixby, your efficiency has really ruined us. If you hadn't fired half the crew, we could have saved the big top.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't as smart as I thought it was.
I tried to tell you that show business is a little different from any other business. Boss, we've got company.
Colonel Jack!
Colonel Jack.
That's right.
Am I glad to see you?
I thought you was in Africa. Sure you did. That's why you hightailed it over here. And just what I told you not to do, I knew if I told him not to bother you, that would be the first thing he'd do.
But, Colonel Jack, why did you do that to us?
I wanted Brother Jonathan to have some fun.
Well, his fun has nearly bankrupted us.
Yeah, I know. Corky here's been writing me every day, telling me all about it.
Yep, I sure kept your secret, Colonel Jack.
You sure did. Well, Tim, the Bixby Enterprises will take care of everything my brother cost you. Oh, no, they won't. Don't tell me what I'm going to do. No, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll take care of those expenses myself, because I never felt so good or had so much fun in all my life. And I don't have to take those darn pills anymore. Well, doggone if that wasn't just what I planned. Well, tomorrow I'm really off for Africa. Hold it, Brother Jack. You're going back and run the office. I'm going to Africa. Well, doggone, that wasn't what I planned. We'll both go, huh? The Bixby brothers in Africa, huh?